All right, so we're back for a little more reading Spanish twos. I'm so proud of you. So let's go ahead and share my screen. We are practicing our reading skills. Remember, Spanish 2 students, I do not expect perfection in reading. We're learning how to read in another language. You've been reading your own language for many, many years. We're also learning how to read in a pandemic over the internet, and I think you're doing great. So what we're trying to do is just begin to be able to read at a kindergarten first grade level. Maybe by the end of the year, second grade, but honestly, really and truly, a Spanish 2 reading at a kindergarten first, maybe second grade level. That's what we're looking for. So I like to tell the truth. This is not my own work. I got this story from the Comprehensible Classroom. So if you choose to make a copy of the lessons, you'll be able to click on that and see my original site. And then also, as I got pictures, I tried to remember to go in for each slide and cite my source for each picture, because if I don't want you to plagiarize and I want you to tell the truth, then I need to set a good example. So let's look at this. El Chico Ideal story script. Okay. So it looks like Comprehensible Classroom had some target structures. Again, we're working on things in the imperfect. Quería, she, he, or I wanted. It can also be loved. Tenía, she, he, I had. Now this is a new word for us. Olía a, she, he, or I smelled like. Used to, remember, it's what we used to do. It's the imperfect. Comía, podía, and vivía. Some little helpful things there. So skim, scan, read, skim, scan, read, skim, scan, read. Miss Stuck, we've got this. I know, but I'm hammering it home. Skim, first time you read something, just look for pictures and headlines and cognates. So let's do that first. Let's just look for skimming stuff. Oh, the title. I'm not going to go back and read it, but El Chico Ideal was the title. So let's look at some pictures. I see a man, youngish man, maybe a boy. Isn't that Michael Bublé down there? And that's, if you know tennis, it's Rafael Nadal. Otherwise, it's just a guy. All right, let's look at these pictures too. And again, I cited my source. All these pictures I found, for example, Shutterstock, boy, maybe some restaurant, some roses. Does that girl have two mouths? Okay, boy, pizza, a girl. Is that a hand coming out of her stomach? A boy running away. All right, boy with a taco. A lady with a really big nose and some garlic. There's a cat. Okay. Wow. So apparently there's this boy and these girls. All right. So now we're going to look, for cognates, words that are in Spanish and English that look the same, sound the same almost, and mean the same. Also familiar words, anything that you think you might recognize. So here we go. Chico, atractivo, talentoso, chico, 17 años, pelo castaño, tocar la guitarra, cantar, se llamaba Rafael, vivía Los Angeles, chicas, novia, chico ideal. Okay. Un día, una chica, Rafael, comía un sándwich in la cafeteria. Wow, we know a lot of words. La chica se llamaba Tiani, ella, novia, 13 años, tenía ojos grandes y azules, rosas. Oh, that's that new word. Smelled like. Ella, perfecta, defecto, dos bocas. Hola, guapo, hablar, por qué, dos bocas, decidió ignorar, eventualmente. Okay. Put myself out of the way here. Dia, una chica, Rafael, comía una pizza, Courtney, novia. Okay, that's that quería, she wanted. Okay, quería ser su novia. 17 años, pelo largo, rubio. There's that olía again, smelled like, okay, banía. Banía. Well, I kind of looks like vanilla. Maybe that's a cognate. Perfecta, defecto, una mano, su estómago, mucho, la mano, estómago, horrificado, mano, estómago, decidió pretender, no hablaba español, corriendo restaurante. Okay. Día, una chica, Rafael, un taco, Taco Bell. La chica, mua, quería, she wanted, ser, to be novia, girl, okay. Oh, whenever I do something like that, I change the reading a little bit. 18 años, una nariz enorme, olía a ajo, casi perfecta, un defecto, un gato, un ángel, no respirar, no respirate, gato, alérgico, gatos. Oh, we know 911. Rápidamente, eternamente, eternally, él, he, sister, adopt, cat. Okay. So it looks like, what you got going on here? You've got names and stuff. Okay. I want you to pause and take a moment and write down what you think this is about. Really and truly, I want you to stop the recording and based just on pictures and familiar words and cognates, what do you think this is about? Okay, and just another thing, it doesn't mean I like or dislike the story. It doesn't mean I agree with any of the themes or the concepts. I found a story that was safe to read in the imperfect tense. So now, we're going to scan any kind of glittering generalities, any vague impressions. So I'm going to read aloud to you, and you just kind of get a vague idea of what's going on. So ready? Había una vez un chico muy atractivo y talentoso. El chico tenía 17 años. Él tenía pelo castaño y podía tocar la guitarra y cantar como Michael Bublé. Él se llamaba Rafael y vivía en Los Ángeles. Muchas chicas querían ser su novia porque realmente era el chico ideal. Un día, una chica se acercó a Rafael mientras él comía un sándwich en la cafetería. La chica se llamaba Tiani y ella quería ser su novia. Tiani tenía 13 años. Tenía ojos grandes y azules y olía a rosas. Ella era casi perfecta, pero tenía un defecto. Ella tenía 2 bocas. Ella le dijo, «Hola, guapo». Rafael no quería hablar con Tiani. Se puso asqueado porque Tiani tenía 2 bocas. Decidió ignorarla. Siguió comiendo y eventualmente ella se fue. Otro día, una chica se acercó a Rafael mientras él comía una pizza en una pizzería. La chica se llamaba Courtney y ella quería ser su novia. Courtney tenía 17 años. Tenía el pelo largo y rubio y olía a vainilla. Ella era casi perfecta, pero tenía un defecto. Ella tenía una mano que salía de su estómago. Ella le dijo, «Bésame mucho», y le agarró con la mano que salía de su estómago. Rafael se puso horrificado porque ella tenía una mano que salía de su estómago. Decidió pretender que no hablaba español. Le dijo y salió corriendo del restaurante. Otro día, una chica se acercó a Rafael mientras él comía un taco en Taco Bell. La chica se llamaba Muha y ella quería ser su novia. Muha tenía 18 años. Tenía una nariz enorme y olía a ajo. Ella era casi perfecta, pero tenía un defecto. Ella tenía un gato que la acompañaba. Ella le dijo, ¿Eres un ángel? Rafael se puso rojo y no pudo respirar porque ella tenía un gato y Rafael era alérgico a los gatos. Muwa llamó a 911 y ellos llegaron rápidamente. Ella le salvó la vida y Rafael estaba eternamente agradecido. Él quería ser el novio de Muwa. La hermana de Muwa adoptó al gato y Rafael y Muwa se casaron y vivieron felices y comieron perdices. I'm starting to get the impression there are some points of the story I don't like with the way it's treating people. It's using the imperfect. I wonder if you're starting to figure out what I don't like about the story. So now we're going to read for who, quién, when, cuándo, where, dónde, and qué, what. So take some time and look for who, what, when, where. Quién, qué, cuándo, dónde. Go. I really want you to pause and think for yourself. All right, so who's? A guy. His name is Rafael. Any whens? Well, he's 18 years old. Is that a when? All right, where? Los Angeles. All right, another who is some girls. And the what? Apparently he's attractive and talented. Okay. And if we go back to what some of those things were before, that quería, she, he, I wanted, and podía, she or he or I could. All right, so again, who, what, when, where. Who, quién, what, where, dónde, cuándo, qué, what. Pause, do it for yourself. Come on, pause the recording, think about it on your own. And you're back. Okay, so girl, Rafael, he, her name's Tiani. Okay, so there's who. Where? Cafeteria. Okay. When? One day. That's what was going on, so it's the imperfect, so it's kind of one day in the past, I guess. Any whats? All right, blue eyes, smelled of roses, had a defect, 2 mouths. All right, are you starting to pick up that maybe I'm not liking the story because supposedly defects or things that are different are wrong? But yeah, I'm trying not to be judgmental. I'm trying to get you a story. So, all right. Did not want to talk with. Okay. All right, so here we go again. Who, what, when, where. Really and truly pause the recording and on your own jot down any who, quién, what, qué, dónde, where, and cuándo, when. Please pause and do it on your own. And you're back. So who? We've got Rafael, and this time it's Courtney. And now where? Okay, we've got a pizzeria. When? Otro día, another day. It looks like these are all in the past tense. He was eating. Okay, so it's in the past, a day in the past. So the who's are Courtney and Rafael, and the where's the pizzeria, and the when is the past. So what's going on? What are the K's? All right, long hair, blonde, almost perfect, had a defect. A hand, her stomach. Got a hand come out of her stomach, okay? Horrificado looks like horrified. Pretender looks to pretend, to not speak Spanish. And salir's to leave restaurant. You make the judgment as to how you feel about Rafael and whether or not he's an ideal, but we got the idea here. We're reading in Spanish. All right. So, again, read for who, quién, what, qué, dónde, where, cuándo, when. Ready? You read. Come on, pause the recording. Don't wait for me to give you the answer. Do it on your own. And now you're back. Who? Okay, we've got Rafael and a girl named Mua. The where is Taco Bell. And the when, again, we've got otro día, another day. So nothing specific. And this is all in the imperfect of what used to be or what was going on. So what's going on here? Now we got the what's. enormous nose, had a defect, a cat. So Raphael read no to breathe. Raphael allergic. Okay. Looks like Muwa, and I know Yamar says to call oneself. So if her name is Muwa, but she called 911. Okay. Oh, and now look at the change here. Él quería ser el novio. He wanted to be the boyfriend. All right, the sister adopted the cat. Well, it looks like Rafael y Muwa, we know vivir to live, and Feliz is happy. So now you've read the story. So up to you whether or not you think he is an ideal guy. Again, just trying to help you with doing some reading. Hopefully you noticed all those verbs in the imperfect. Skim, scan, read. Skim, scan, read. Skim for the cognates, the familiar words, the pictures and the headlines and the titles. Scan to get that vague idea, that general impression. And then read. Look for quién, who, cuándo, when, where, dónde, and qué, what. You're probably a little tired now and you need to take a little break, so make sure you stretch, move your body around. Blood flow helps with thinking. Take some deep breaths. Drink some water or other healthy beverages. Get a healthy snack. Take a 5 to 10 minute break and then come on back in and give this a try. Okay? I'm proud of you. You can do this.